It's me, Vicky Marie. And sorry I'm a little bit late. I've been multitasking. And then, in other words, I was preparing for this live, but then I was trying to cook. I've made a curry as well. So I was making that so it'd be ready for when I finish. It was all happening. And then I needed to do some stuff for my son and just everything was going on. Then I had my Christmas jumper on. And then it's so warm here today. It's been so hot, sorry to say to you, but it's been 25 degrees today. It's like, oh my God. And I had my Christmas jumper on and I was like getting too hot cooking and everything. So anyway, sorry, that's why I'm a little bit late. Sorry I'm late. And then I can't work out what to do with the lighting and everything. I hope you like my little Christmas tree. But it's funny, I notice on the screen there, it looks sort of like quite weirdy. But when you look at it, it's much more well-defined than that. So I don't really know why it's coming up like that. But anyway, so, yeah, I'm on cranberry juice. Some antioxidants. Trying to be a little bit healthy. Okay. So, I haven't even put my little tacker on that I normally like to put on when I start. Yes. So, as always, thank you so much. Everyone who's watched any of my videos, has liked my videos, don't forget to press the like, subscribed. Anyone who has joined my channel, especially my members, of course. Looking forward to Thursday, to the next members live. We're back to normal this week, back to our normal Thursday slot. And yeah, thank you to everybody who sent me a super, who's bought me a Ko-fi, PayPal'd me, sent me an email, give me a like, give me a dislike. Any sort of comment, as long as it's not nasty. Even trolley comments are okay as long as they're not nasty. But thank you, just thank you so much. And I just love this community, and this community is so supportive. It's so strong. We've been through some problems with everything going on over the Nicola Bulley case, but it doesn't matter because our community is more than just the Nicola Bulley case. Our community is much more than that. So, just to mention, some of you already know the extra perk that I've put in for members is that you can suggest a case or a theme. It doesn't have to be a case, as I say, suggest anything. I won't mention you by name. Nobody will know where the suggestion came from unless you want me to say. And it could be a subject you're interested in. It could be anything. If you're a member, you can make a suggestion and I make the members snapshot video, just a sort of about a 30-minute video about that subject so we can all talk about it. Now, I just want to say, somebody said, as I think I said earlier, there's some people sort of coming back who perhaps haven't been subscribed for a while. And somebody made a comment, they made a very nice comment, said, oh, I love your channel, but it gets on my nerves when you're interrupting to say hello to the subscribers or whatever. Well, that is not going to change. I like to say hello and people like me saying hello, and I am going to say hello. And best thing to do is just go and put the kettle on because I'm just about to do it now. And anyway, thank you for watching anyway, and I appreciate your comment. Honestly, I do. But I was going to answer it in comments and I just never had time. So I've had so many comments, so many emails. I am keeping up with them. I do keep up with them, but, just sometimes it takes me a little while to get around to them. So I need to go back on that. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Before I get into this video, I'm going to say hello to everybody, or as many as I can. I normally can get through. I get through normally. I say hello to everybody right at the beginning, and as people come in here and there, if I spot them, I'll say hello. sometimes I don't spot them if I'm doing something. So any of you do like me to say hello and I don't say hello to you, I may miss you coming in, so I apologise in advance for that. Hey, Chumba was the first. How are you feeling, Chumba? You must be better now. You're a bit better now, I hope so. Hi, Julie. Hi, Maltese. Hi, Desi. Hi, David. David's not well, so he's going to bed after this live. Now, this live, actually, just let me tell you, this was what I was going to do on Sunday. This was the live I'd prepared on Sunday. And then, of course, unfortunately, Peter Lawson passed away, didn't he, suddenly? And so obviously I had to talk about that because it's so relevant to the Nicola Bulley case, just because he's, you know, one of the people that we've been watching throughout this. So this is the lives that I should have done on Sunday, but I'm doing now. And it's got a relationship to the Nicola Bulley case, just in this, well, you'll see, because anyway, the subject that I'm going to do tonight, the actual basis for it that I'm going to show you, the YouTuber who actually referred to Nicola Bulley and an experience they had. This came from a subscriber ages ago, really. I've been trying to make this video for so long, and I just haven't, you know, with one thing and another and everything that's been going on, I haven't had a chance to do it. So I'm doing it tonight, even though I have had another development actually today, but I'm going to do that tomorrow night. I thought, oh my God, I can't put this off again. I'm not putting it off again. So yeah, David, I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, get that hot toddy and then get to bed and just sleep it off. Hi, blank faces. Yeah, all hit the button, please, everyone. So David said his wallet is at the undertaker's. Christmas is expensive, isn't it? Especially when you've got kids and grandkids. Hi, Gail. Well, it's nice that I was late, but you all started talking between you. Hi, Tina. Hi, Julie Dawn. Hi, Mal. I know everybody at the moment is probably up to their eye, and I really appreciate you, especially all, you know, coming on this live, because I know Christmas, it's as it comes nearer and nearer to the day, isn't it? It's just a mad rush for everything, so it's hard to fit everything in. So thank you for fitting me in. Hi, Carla. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Amethyst. Hi, Charlie. Charlie's on Tacos Tuesday. Yeah, I normally have a curry on a Saturday, but I haven't for ages, so tonight I've made a curry. And anyway, it's ready. Trouble is, I can smell it. It smells gorgeous. It's going to make me hungry all the way through it. Hi, Catherine. Oh, sorry, Julie. Is it raining where you are? No, it has been nice today. Honestly, really, really nice. I don't know where it's come from because it was starting to get cold. Hi, Big Chris. Yes, foul play, definitely in my eyes. Hi, Amanda Jane. Cranberry juice, Julie Donna, is a bit special, isn't it? Trouble is, we're a family. We are a family. Cranberry juice is, again, you know, even though it's not like Bailey's because it's not alcohol, but it is a thing that I can't have in very often because I really like it, and I like it so much I just keep drinking it till it's gone. So it's like, Big Chris. Oh, thank you, Charlie. See, Charlie likes it when I say hello, so that's it. You know, I like saying hello as well, as much as I can. Hi, Teresa. I know the more, hi, Rachel, the more, you know, when it's a busy live, it's difficult. Big Chris, we will be touching on Nicola Bulley tonight, but it's not about particularly Nicola Bulley, but probably tomorrow I've got, well, definitely, I've got something that I want to present tomorrow. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Wesley. Charlie, I thought I'd already said hello to you. Hi, Jane. Teresa's got a knitting. Hi, Silver Soul. Hi, Nick. Hi, Nick. Chumba's back to her cheeky self. Oh, good, good, good. I'm glad you're feeling better. I know you've been through a difficult time. Hi, Jean. Hi, Jean. I have to start saying hi, Lady Dog Lover, instead. The thing is, in life, Chumba, isn't it? And all of you, we do have good times and bad times, and sometimes we get very down. We all do. I think everybody gets this. There's nobody who doesn't get down sometimes. But you just have to keep. What's this Chinese saying? What is it? Fall down 6 times, or fall down 7 times, stand up, get up again 8, or something like that. Oh, thank you, Jane. That's very kind. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jane JF. Yeah, David's got man flu. Wendy, 17 for Christmas dinner. Yeah. Well, it sounds like fun. I have seen you now, Nick. It's a long way to go down. I honestly, when I first come on, I don't forget anyone. I think I've said hello, Gail. James very kindly sent me a super sticker. Thank you. I think I'm getting down to the bottom. So cranberry juice is good for the bladder. I have seen you, Nick. I've said hello, but I'm probably getting down. Everyone's telling me it's good for the urinary system. Better have another drink of it then. Just tastes lovely. I love red berry drinks, like anything that's like red berries. I love it. Hi, Karen Holmes. Oh, Jane's had a terrible day today. Right, we need to send some love to Jane JF, because she's not had a good day today. Everything's been too much and she's not been feeling well either. So both for Jane and David, they need some love. They need some hearts for Jane and David. Yeah, send some love for Jane and healing vibes for Jane and David. Oh, Wendy gives cranberry juice to her mum as she has recurring water infection. Well, that's interesting. Oh, big hugs, Jane. Right. I think I've come more or less to the bottom of it. But yes, good vibes to everyone. Good vibes to everyone. Positivity. We're trying to be positive, aren't we? Sometimes it's hard to be positive, but Oh, what you're saying there, Chumba, about going down to rub David's feet. David and Jane, if you're not feeling very well, what's really good when you've got a cold, Vicks Vapor rub it into your feet. Rub it into your feet. Vicks Vapor rub into your feet. It's really good for colds. Persephone. Hi, Persephone. So, as I say, one of my subscribers sent me this video of a YouTuber. She's I really like her. I think she's not a true crime YouTuber. When I say I really like her, I'd never watched her before. My subscriber just sent me this and said, "Oh, have a look at this." She does actually mention Nicola Bulley in this video, even though she's a lifestyler. She's one of those YouTubers that talk about lifestyles, etc. Let's have a look at her. But she is from Nicola's neck of the woods, if you like. She's from that area. And anyway, she made normally the videos she makes, normally the videos she makes are about lifestyle things, like when Primani have a new collection out, or any other Jisk or any other, you know, she goes round, takes videos of it, gives her opinions on the lifestyle things, clothes, home decor, all that sort of thing. She's not a true crimer at all. But my subscriber must be subscribed to her, I suppose. So she's called Susie Darling, which I think is a lovely name for a channel as well. She's got a reasonable channel. She's got nearly 4,500 subscribers, you know, and so people must like watching her. I could see like men would like to watch her as well, because she's easy on the eye. I don't know, men are interested in home decor and stuff, I don't know. But I don't normally watch these kind of videos simply because, no offense to, I just don't have the time. I wish I did have more time. But I was looking at it and I thought it's quite nice actually, because sometimes when you do want a complete break sometimes from true crime, because it can get heavy, and just watch something completely different. It's like something light and frothy, you know, she's just talking, just listening to someone talking. She's got a nice voice. So yeah. Anyway, so what my subscriber was telling me, that a couple of months ago she made this video, which is nothing, it's 7 months old actually, the video, which was nothing like the videos that she normally made. Which I wonder if I can, without losing, oh no, oh, I might lose it, but yeah, you can see from her normal videos, heart to heart, renovations, our dream house, how I met my husband, and why we don't want children. And, you know, don't blame me. I mean, you know, they do get expensive, and they do sort of, I mean, they've got their goods. Having children is like everything else. There's good things and there's bad things. But so yeah, a lot of it, she goes shopping, she stays in nice hotels. Look, she's been to the Edinburgh Castle, etc. And of course, she can do all that because she hasn't got children, I suppose. But she did a video. Probably won't be able to find it now. Yeah, I will. I need to go back now to the video that So what my subscriber told me about is that a couple of months ago, she did this video that was completely different, you know, to what she normally does. And at some point in this video, she does
and description extra to them. And we just sat having a chat, really. I drew the diagram and showed them exactly what.
So I'll go back to the beginning just to where she explains what happened. I won't play the whole video because it's 23 minutes, but I'll play bits and pieces of it.
Make a fuss out of it, to be honest with you. But by not speaking on it, it kind of lurks in the background undetected, because when I tell you what happened last night to me, it's really shook me up and made me think about things and being aware of where I am and my surroundings. Okay, so let me just tell you what happened last night. So it's Monday morning when I'm filming this. I've got a face full of makeup on because I didn't really sleep very well last night. I've got the biggest coffee. So you might want to go and grab a cup of tea and come and have a sit down and a chat with me throughout this video. I'll try and not make it too long, but I'm going to tell you the story of what happened to me last night. So
I like the way she presents, you know, because it is just like a chat, a bit like me. I hope she doesn't do me for copyright or anything, because it is fair use. A video to talk about something that I'm going to talk about tonight. But yeah, like, you know, she makes you feel as if you just sat there chatting with her. I like that.
Night, Sunday evening, about 5:30, they're running house.
So she's lived in this area for a month, and later on she says she does live near Nicola Bulley.
Loving life, a normal everyday thing, right? I do it every day, nothing out of the ordinary, like I said. And off we popped into the woods. Now, I left my phone at home. Rookie error. don't leave your phone when you're going out for
exactly. Do not, when you're taking your dogs out. So we're going to look later at, you know, ways that we can sort of feel safer when we go walking in remote areas with dogs, or jogging, or not me, not jogging, but, you know, women. It's terrible that women have to think this way, but and this is interesting for men as well, because men, you have mothers, sisters, daughters, wives, for you to drum it into them as well. And your first thing is, don't forget to take your phone with you. And you do sometimes forget. I've forgotten before. You just sort of loading the dogs up into the car, you get in the car, I look in my bag, I think, oh God, I haven't got my phone. I can't be bothered to go back because I haven't got the time. And then off you go with no phone. But I don't go to remote places. I'll explain that in a minute.
Walking to nature, girls, do not leave your phone. I think if I'd have had my phone, it might have helped. If I was really in danger and scared, I could have obviously called 999 or, excuse me, alerted someone, or like just got trying to get away, or even took video footage of the just goings on. Also, before anyone presumes, because some people on YouTube like to just presume things, before you presume I was walking in a really like rural, like wooded area all by myself on a Sunday night. Before you presume that, the woods that I'm talking about, where we house in there, they do weddings at, there's kids that play in there, the locals love these woods, plenty of dog walkers, they do events in the woods. Normally there's always somebody in the woods. Also, when I say evening, Sunday evening, it was 5:30 in the evening, so it's light still, you know.
So bearing in mind this was in the either spring or summer times, I think it was 7 months ago. So it was light. She's saying it's a place where there's normally a lot of people, thinking there was going to be any problem.
Tea time-ish, so it's not like I'm in the dark by my side. Isn't it funny how dogs, like, they know, don't they, something's up with you? Like my other dog did as well. Before Ralphie, we used to have a big bull mastiff. Side note, he was called Kane, the biggest dog in the world. And then after him, we got the smallest dog in the world, a Chihuahua.
Oh, it's a Chihuahua.
Anyway, Kane was lovely. He was a big, gentle giant, like a gentle.
Well, suppose if we were walking around the woods,
and come and have a sit down.
I suppose if we were walking around the woods with a Chihuahua, you wouldn't feel like it was going to defend you very well if you did get attacked. If you had a German Shepherd, you might feel a bit safer.
Chat with me throughout this video. I'll try and not make it too long, but I'm going to tell you the story of what happened to me last night. So last night, Sunday evening, at about 5:30, after a full day of renovations in the house, me and hubby were rural, like wooded area all by myself. Truly angels sent from above dogs, aren't they? I just love them. God bless Kane. Like an actual driveway, cars come up and down it when they do weddings there. The driveway then leads into the woods, and in the woods is the first thing you come across in that entrance is the big house at the bottom. And there's no point me explaining much more of the area. So I've drawn a diagram because I've drawn the police a diagram last night. So I'll use the diagram to show you, like I showed them, what.
So she did go to the police. She was that spooked. You'll see that by what happened. It takes. But she was that spooked. She did go to the police. You know, she was scared.
Well, I'm all for Christmas.
And description
that was
extra
the little
to
child.
them, and we just sat having a chat. Really, I drew the diagram.
Right, let's go.
So
let's go to the diagram.
Around to scope my surroundings, and I looked behind me, and around here, coming down the drive, roughly, I spotted him. He saw me spot him, and I don't know, he started to loiter a little bit, as if he was just going to hang back until I'd carried on walking down here and into the woods. My plan was to walk along this pathway and right into the woods. If I'd have done that, you guys,
she's come down this driveway. She's got to this point there. She was going to walk off here into the woods, and then she became aware that there was a man here. So she's like, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do? Because normally she would, this such a similar thing as this happened to me a few years ago. So, well, she's like, what do I do now? She won't want to turn around and go back that way and walk directly past the man. So she had to think.
He was a predator. So I didn't know what to do. I carried on walking all the way down here thinking, shit. My heart was pumping out my chest, blah, blah, blah. What do I do? How do I get back out? He's following me this distance the whole way. Well, I get here and he's just coming up to this bridge here at this point. And I thought to myself, which way are you going to go? Are you going to go over there? Let me see. And I thought to myself, let me see if he's following me. I'm going to put over this. If he does in between us. So, Dad. So it's here in front of the house. So as I'm making his way across this bridge, then I still thought it could be a coincidence, but already started along this path up here. I quickly turned around and backtracked on myself and came back down this pathway and thought, I'm going to get out here, right? As I'm walking down there, we crossed paths here and here across from each other, but I managed to keep the stream obviously between us. So I felt safe-ish if I kept distance between us. So I'm panicking inside to about here across to this bridge. I kept turning around. He's all the way coming down here at this point. And then this is where it gets really scary. So as I'm here about to reach the driveway, which curves and bends right, he crosses the bridge and I thought, right, you've come in here, so you're going to go that way surely, right? If you're not following me, you're going that way. If you're following me, you're going to come back on yourself and follow me some more, aren't you? Guess what, guys? He came across that bridge and then started his way that way towards me again. At this point, I absolutely shit a brick.
A couple of people are saying it's buffering. I'm not really sure what I can do about it. I think it's because I'm trying to play another stream on my stream, if you like. But I don't let me just explain to you what she said. I don't know what you saw there. So this guy's been loitering here. So she was here to begin with. She's gone up there. She's sort of hesitated there with the dog because she's looking to see which way is he going, because she wants to see, is he going to go this way? Because if he's going that way, she's going to come back this way. I've done this a million times, honestly. So if let me just shut some windows down, see if that makes a difference. Sometimes you can have too many windows open. So she's sort of hanging around here thinking, right, if he goes up here, she's going to come back up here. Whereas if he comes this way, she's going to carry on round there.
I was here, like I said, I started stomping so fast towards up this driveway, which is really steep, by the way.
So in the end, he made a commitment to go one way. It's just she's waiting for him to make a commitment, you know, to which.
If I kept distance between us. So I panicking inside. I just carried on along this path. I got back to about here across to this bridge. I kept turning around. He's all the way coming down here at this point.
Oh, good.
And then this is where it gets really scary. So as I'm here, about to reach the driveway, which curves and bends, right, by the way, he crosses the bridge, and I thought, right, you've come in here, so you're going to go that way, surely, right? If you're not following me, you're going that way. If you're following me, you're going to come back on yourself and follow me some more, aren't you? Guess what, guys? He came across that bridge and then started his way that way towards me again. At this point, I absolutely shit a brick. Excuse my French. I was here, like I said.
Yeah. So in her words, she's shit a brick because he's coming towards her then. So she started legging it then away, you know, and I don't blame her. It was about 6 months ago. It was near, I mean, she doesn't say exactly where she lives. She's a YouTuber, so she doesn't say exactly where she lives. But you'll see in a minute, she does mention Nicola Bulley. So she goes to the police. I can't do a recap, sorry, Miss, but you'll have to catch up. You can go, you'll have to catch up on it. So yeah, so she's like totally, she's worked out that he's looking to see which way she's going before he decides which way he's going. So in the end, well, she's just legged it off with the dog. She's only got a little chihuahua with her, so the chihuahua's not going to be able to defend her. And she's legged it, and she did go to the police. But I don't know if any of you ladies out there have ever been in that position. I would have gotten with my scissors, because I take scissors out with me when I take the dogs for a walk. But I know it was good what she did, because luckily that happened before she got into the woods. So where I walk now, I can always see everywhere around me. I mean, there are no woods around here, but I would feel very uncomfortable really walking in the woods. Because once you're in the woods, anyone can hide behind a tree, can't they, or hide behind bushes. If you're walking in an open place like she was, before she went off and went into the woods, she could see where that man was. So she was waiting to see which way he went before she decided which way she went. But it reminded me, yeah, so one time, quite a long time ago, the dogs that I had then, one of the dogs wasn't even my dog. It was the brother of the little dog I had, but I was looking after it for my friend. So I had two little tiny dogs with me, and I went out walking in the campo near where I used to live. And it sounds a bit like where she was, where you've got some open ground, but then there is a little bit of woods, not great big woods, but there's a little bit. And I always used to walk around the circle, and I had a walking stick with me. I always take a walking stick when I walk my dogs for various reasons. One, because I could whack someone over the head with it. Two, in case my dogs get into a fight. So I always try, you know, and I take my phone, and I take scissors or whatever. I have scissors, you know, I'm always aware. Anyway, as I set off, a little bit like her really on this, sort of set off, let's imagine. So I've come down here, I've set off on this track. I'm just about to go into there's a bit of woods here. And then you sort of come round and you come back on the track and back up. It's like a circle. There's only one little bit of woods. As I got to about there, let's say, I heard a whistling. Somebody was whistling. So I'm like, I saw a guy over next to a tree, and he's whistling. So I'm looking round for his dog, because I'm thinking, well, he must have lost his dog. He's you know, lost his dog. So I'm looking around, where's his dog? And then I realized he's whistling me and he's like, you know, gesturing for me to look at him. And he was doing something very rude, let's say. And, you know, the trouble is, you know, you think you've got your phone, you've got your walking stick, you've got your scissors, you've got everything. But I literally froze to the spot. I was so scared. It reminded me when she's told about this, I was so scared, because he's like having a really good time. I mean, he was quite far away from me. But I just literally froze, and I could have, phoned the police, or I just froze to the spot. That's all I could say. And then I'm thinking, just like her, what do I do? Do I carry on? I can't carry on, because then I'll be in the woods, and then I won't be. I won't be able to see what he's doing. So eventually, after literally about 5 minutes, I was just rooted to the spot, just not knowing what the hell to do. I just turned around and started legging it, just like she said. It's funny, isn't it? So the guy, and I just kept turning around to make sure he wasn't running after me. I don't know what I would have done if he started running after me. He didn't. He just stayed doing whatever he was doing. And I legged it, and I went to my friend's house, who lived right nearby, and she wasn't in, but her husband was there, and I was hysterical, absolutely hysterical. Anyway, he took me to the police station, and this is in Spain. And you know what? In Spain, what the policeman told me, the guardia, in Spain, it is not illegal to pleasure yourself in front of a woman like that, to flash, or it's not actually illegal, only if there are children present. So if I would have been walking there with my son when he was little, that would have been illegal. But actually what this guy was doing was not illegal. But he said we would move him on, and obviously we'd move him on and tell him he's not supposed to be doing it. But they couldn't actually arrest him. Anyway, they did go out, the police, and he'd gone by then, so they never found him. God knows who he was. But yeah, it is terrifying. So let's have a look. Now, it may be that is it not buffering at the moment? Miss Bam Bam, it wasn't in St. Michael's, but it's in the area, because she mentions in a bit about Nicola, that's what scared her. This is a girl who she's not a true crime. She does lifestyle. She's got a lifestyle YouTube channel. And this video is on her channel. This is something that happened to her. She's not been living there very long, she said. Anyway, I can't recap the whole thing.
It's stomping so fast towards up this driveway, which is really steep, by the way, and I am so unfit, which we're going to work on, but we'll talk about that later. And I got here I got halfway up the drive, and I just legged it so fast back out of that exit. My throat was burning. So basically, I showed what happened here to the police, and like I said, there was.
So she went straight to the police, basically, and showed them the map and what had happened. Now, that was something interesting that she said there, because it was uphill when she was running to her car. And she said, I realised how unfit I was. And that's it. You don't realise until you have to run. You can't run, if you've not run for years or whatever. And she's only young. But if you're not used to running, to run away from someone is not easy, especially if it's uphill. But she does say as well, he didn't look that fit himself. She said he was quite a stocky guy. And he didn't look, he wasn't, gosh, because if he would have been a jogger or something and fit, he would have just legged it and caught her, wouldn't he? But she said that was something that made her feel better. She could see that he wasn't that fit looking himself. But of course, you never know.
No way. Why would he do that unless he were following me? And the police officer said, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that he were following you, especially at this point when he turned on himself again, because I said, the first time could have been a coincidence. He could have just been going that way. You can't prove it, can you? Because no crime's been committed. How can you stop someone from following you? They might say, I'm not following you, and you know full well they are. And because they haven't committed a crime, there's nothing you can bloody do about it. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, she'd forgotten her phone as well, so she didn't have her phone with her. She'd forgotten to take her phone out, so she couldn't ring anyone. She couldn't do anything.
Anyway, she said, absolutely, we think you were following you. That's what happened, and that's my little diagram. I hope that made sense, you guys. as you can imagine, I have never been so scared in my whole entire life. My throat was burning. It was burning from running up that driveway, because it's like up a steep hill, the drive. I walked down it into the house, near the house, and then back up it. Obviously, I ran out of the entrance. So, do you know when you're having a dream, like the dreams where you're trying to run away from someone and your legs won't move fast enough? That's what I felt like in the moment. My heart was beating out of my chest. My throat was burning. I am so unfit.
Right. I'm just fast forwarding it a bit because I want to get to the bit where she actually specifically mentions what happened to Nicola.
Like, as if a woman can't go about a normal business, day-to-day life, normal, ordinary things that everybody else does, without the fear of being followed, raped, mugged, murdered. I mean, you just have to look at cases, recent cases as well, like Sarah Everard going about her daily bloody business, and Nicola Bulley, which is more on my doorstep up here in the north.
Yeah, no, isn't that funny that she said that? So when she was saying now that you know women can't go anywhere without being raped, mugged, or murdered, the two women that she uses as an example, one was Sarah Everard, which of course that was in London, wasn't it? And she was actually abducted by a police officer, that horrible Wayne Couzens, who coaxed her into his car, sort of arrested her really by saying that she'd broken COVID restrictions, whisked her off and RAPD'd her and murdered her. And then she met, let's listen to that again, what she says. This is why my subscriber sent it to me. I think she, like I do, found it strange that she said, brought Nicola into that.
I'm so angry today. I can't even explain how angry I am that someone can do that to somebody else. Like, as if a woman can't go about a normal business, day-to-day life, normal, ordinary things that everybody else does, without the fear of being followed, raped, mugged, murdered. I mean, you just have to look at cases, recent cases as well, like Sarah Everard going about her daily bloody business, and Nicola Bulley, which is more on my doorstep up here in the north.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly where this girl is. Obviously, she's a YouTuber, so I don't know if she ever says exactly where she is. She probably won't people knowing exactly where she lives. But she said it's more on my doorstep up here in the north. Now, the north's a big place, obviously. So, but if you listen to her accent sounds to me around about that same area where Nicola was. It's like somebody mentioned Blackburn before, and Blackburn, of course, is not far at all from where Nicola lived in St. Michael's. So I'm just going to come back to the chat and see what you're thinking. So, you know, it's strange, don't you think, that she's actually bringing Nicola up in that? You've only got to look at cases that are happening. Why does she feel you know, why does she feel that Nicola's case was appropriate for that? I wonder. Anyway, just something to think about. So this then made me think of you know, I know there's a lot of you out there who've got dogs, and you know, I honestly don't think even nice men, I don't think they realise how it is quite scary for a woman. How they have to think differently, not only about walking dogs, but about running in the park or jogging, and they get comments about the way they're dressed. Or, you know, a woman wouldn't see a man running past in running gear and start whistling him or, you know, making comments. But men do that. And I know you know, majority of the time it's probably innocent, you know, like the wolf whistles and the this, that and the other. You know, it's difficult, isn't it? Because but men think that they can do that. But I don't think most men would do it deliberately to be horrible. They're not going to do anything horrible to these women, but they don't realize that women do feel intimidated by things like that. Women just want to go for a run or go for a walk, just like anybody. They don't want attention. They just want to take their dog for a walk in peace, and feel that they can do that. So that then made me think about, let's have a look at I thought that made me think, let's have a look at what are ways that you can stay safe, when you're walking. Like we've sort of mentioned before, I literally do take a pair of scissors out with me and a walking stick. And somebody in other videos that I've done has mentioned like about hairspray. Well, I don't know about in the UK, but in Spain you cannot get like pepper spray and things like that you can get in the US. You can buy self-defense stuff and that. But, anyway, so I started looking at ways of sort of what people advise, for how to protect yourself when you're out running or if you're out walking your dog or whatever. And this runner here, let me share it. Hi, Annie. I mean, of course, one way is to always go with somebody else. But, I don't know if any of you know about the Delphi murders in the US. Those two young girls, they were together. There were two of them. They probably felt safe. And they went walking on a trail and they went missing and were found murdered the next day. They must have felt safe being in each other's company. So it doesn't even, unfortunately, you're not even safe if you're with somebody else, with another woman. Anyway, so this woman, Nicole Spector, is saying, I used to like to run by myself in the evening, away from the busy streets and bright lights. Then one night I was followed by a group of men. I mean, how terrifying. Fortunately, I made it home unscathed, but my appetite for solo jogs was spoilt after that. But you should be able to go out and jog on your own if you feel like it. Because the problem with walking with other people or jogging with other people is then, of course, you've got to, sometimes if you've got a busy lifestyle, you can just get out here and there with your dogs or for a jog or whatever. If you arrange it with other people, sometimes you just can't make it at the same time they make it. And I've mentioned before, I'm an early bird, so I'm up like at the crack of dawn. There's not many people want to go for a walk at 6 o'clock in the morning. So, it's difficult sometimes to find someone who wants to come with you. But anyway, she said that was the last straw for her. She was already exhausted by the aggressive male behaviour I had to endure, catcalling, heckling, and lewd propositioning. And these incidents were random, uncontrollable, and at times terrifying. But anyway, let's go to, I don't want to concentrate on the negative of it. I want to concentrate on the risk aversion. This is what she's saying. So if you've just got to be aware. So here's how to practice risk aversion when running alone as a woman or walking alone as a woman in the woods or anywhere, I suppose. So run in populated areas in the daytime, which, I don't think there'd be many women that would go running in the dark, that's for sure. Well, not in the woods and that, maybe around the streets. But I understand what they're saying here. Women should avoid running at night. But why should they? This is what makes me mad. Why should women avoid running at night? Maybe nighttime is the only time they can run, especially in the winter when, it goes dark so much earlier. And then this woman runner, Lauren Crane, says, if I'm running on a path and I don't see anyone else for more than 5 minutes, I never run on that path anymore. I feel a lot safer when there are other runners or bikers around. Now, I'll definitely go along with that. But then look at little Charlotte Senna, who was taken from that park in America. We covered it. She was kidnapped while she was eventually found, well, safe and well, but she had been RAPED now, it turns out. She was there with all her family in in a park in America with lots of people around, and she was taken. Then Rachel Marin, that's another case that we're still following, and he hasn't been caught yet still. The man that murdered Rachel Marin in Maryland on a nature trail. She was out walking at 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm going to look at something to do with that in a moment, actually. So it does make me angry that you have to think about all these things. Anyway, staying off-road. So what does it say? Not forget about, oh, yeah, you've got to watch drivers as well. Choose an area populated by people, not cars. Ditch the earbuds, so earphones, earphones. I've seen friends of mine walking around the campo here in my village, and I've thought, God, they've got their headphones on. They're not going to hear if someone comes running up right behind them. I'm always aware, not only of that sort of threat, but cars as well, because I have taken a little bit of video of it, but I need to take a proper picture to show you where it's like, it's very quiet where I take my dogs, and you rarely see a car, but you do occasionally see a car. So I would never wear earphones because I want to hear not only people coming up behind me, if they do, but I want to hear cars coming, just in because one of my dogs, I do let him off the lead because he's good and he will come back. So just, I don't want a car to sneak up. I don't mean even if they're deliberately sneaking up, but I don't want a car to come up that I don't hear. So yeah, they're saying they don't wear headphones anymore. We should be able to wear headphones, of course. My son, when he goes out running, he always wears headphones. But he don't, he's 6'4". He doesn't have to worry about somebody coming up behind him. It's a totally different world for a man and a woman, really. A man cannot, but how men can help is not make women feel uncomfortable, even though it might be not deliberate. To just, give them their space and never walk right close behind them, to just give them their space. Now, she discourages women from carrying weapons because, of course, if you carry a weapon, I don't carry a weapon, just a pair of scissors or something, but of course they could get that off you and then they could do something to you, I suppose. But, I tell you what, they won't get it off me, I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, you've just got to be completely aware of your environment. Then always let someone know where you are. I think that's important. Wherever you're going, let someone know where you're going. And it says use GPS tracking. Well, if you've got your phone, I suppose that's a way of tracking. But another thing I think is vary your routes and vary the times that you go. If you go out, whether it be running, walking, or whatever you're doing, same time every day, same route, then you never know if eventually someone's watching you or whatever. You have to vary your routes and you have to vary your times, in my opinion. And always carry your phone charged with you. Always. And this is something else that I've read before. If you are ever attacked, this is particular to running, but if you are ever attacked, you should shout, yell, swear, kick, make the biggest fuss you can, because even if they say to you, even if they've got a gun, to be honest, or a knife or whatever, and they say, oh, if you don't get in the car, I'm going to kill you. Well, I'd rather they just kill me there and then, not taking me off in a car somewhere to do whatever and, go to some place where there's, they would have to shoot me right there and then or stab me or whatever they were going to do, because there's no way I'm getting in that car with them. So it's different, I think, if you're attacked in your home or in a place where you're inside, you should perhaps be a bit more compliant to just try. But if you're outside and they're trying to get you into a car or whatever, you just kick off the biggest fuss, make the biggest noise. Even Ted Bundy said that. I watched an interview with Ted Bundy, a serial killer from America, and he said that the best thing you can do is kick up a big fuss. Now, Rio, I don't know if Rio's still on. She might have gone off to Kung Fu, actually, but one of the chatters, she does self-defense. That's a good idea. Now, so they're giving you some tactics here. If you're grabbed or pulled or attempted to be thrown to the ground, drop your center of gravity to help keep your balance. Get in a wider than normal stance so you won't be knocked down easily. And then it says acquire and fire. So acquire the most effective soft targets. So we talked about this. The 3 soft targets are the eyes, the throat, and the groin. Jab your fingers into the eyes. Punch into the throat. So I think we all need to, those ladies, we all need to go to self-defense classes. Yeah, and just keep punching, kneeing, doing whatever you can, and try and dodge or block any blows that might be coming to you, of course. And if you're thrown to the ground, try and remember that the tools you have standing are the same as ones you have on the ground, and you can still fight back. Keep firing away with your hands, fists, kick with your legs, use your hips to throw off an attacker. Now they're talking about joining a running group or whatever, but as I was saying earlier, I would hate to go walking or running with a group. I like to go at the times I want to go. I like to go at my own pace. But some people that might suit to go to a group. Yeah. Now, okay. So that's the ways you can avoid it. Let me just put some things down. Now, so then when I just make sure you're all okay. Yeah, it might have been Gail. I still do think I have 2 opinions over there, and they are only opinions. The thing is, I don't like to talk about things unless they're facts, and they're not facts, just feelings. Is either she was never there in the first place, there at the river, or she was attacked. Hi, Princess of Power. Is pepper spray legal in the UK? I don't know that it is, to be honest. I don't know that it is. What is the Holly? Oh, the Holly app, Julie Dawn. Yeah, I need to maybe do a video on that one day. But you know, the whole thing does make me a little bit angry because I love walking in the woods. I love walking in the campo. Oh, thank you, Jane. Good night. Thank you, Jane. Thanks so much for being here. I just do love walking in remote places, but there's a salt lake near where I live, and I'm going to go walking there one day with the dogs, and I'll show you that again is a very open space. So if you do see anybody a bit strange, you can avoid them. You can sort of walk a different way. But if they started running, I'd be lost because I won't be able to run. I won't be able to run off. But anyway. What's Ali saying? Oh. A tracker. Alarms are a good thing, aren't they? Yeah, alarm would be good, I suppose. Okay, now I've got one more thing to tell you about before I finish. Because then as I was researching this, now, as I was talking about the Rachel Marin case, that we're still waiting for this guy finally to be identified, that we've got the CCTV of, but nobody seems to be, you know, there's always rumours that he's been identified, but, you know, he hasn't been found yet. So as I was researching that, I saw that right over the other side of the country. So let me just show you how far, because this guy has gone from one side of the country in America. Now, Rachel Marin was murdered here in Maryland on a trail, on a nature trail. And then, but the DNA that they found on Rachel was linked to home invasion, apparently, but we don't know all the whole details, over in Los Angeles, which is right over here somewhere, isn't it, near California and San Francisco. Now, these cases that I'm going to tell you about are in Portland, which actually is not that far from there. So it just occurred to me. So as I was researching it for tonight, I found this article where 6 women under 40. So this, when was this from? I think it was quite recent. Yeah, this was in June 2023. 6 women under 40 have been found dead in suspicious circumstances in secluded areas in a 100-mile radius in the last 3 months. And 1 woman died of blunt trauma to the head, which I believe is what Rachel died of, though the police haven't released all the details. But the other 5 women, their causes of death have not been made public. And these bodies were found between February the 19th and May the 7th, within 100 miles of each other. But Portland police say they've found no connection to date. So the victims were all found in suspicious circumstances in discarded barns, on the side of the road, or hidden amongst bushes. And it just made me wonder, is this anything to do with Rachel? You know, I don't know. So it does seem a big coincidence, doesn't it, for 6 women to be found within that area, within 100 miles of each other. Now, although they were found in secluded areas, does not necessarily mean they were on a trail when they disappeared. One of the women has not been identified either, unfortunately. Just these poor women. Now, I don't know if they were sex workers or if, you know, if not, I don't know, because we don't, you know, the investigation's at that stage where they don't tell you all the details. So you just, yeah. So I don't know, is it connected to the Rachel Marin case? I can't believe the guy in the Rachel Marin case, they think he's about 30. It seems funny that he's gone from one end of the country to the other. And also, will he not, he must have some previous, I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out just in case that ever comes up in the future. So I hope I haven't frightened you too much. Yeah, Amethyst, we've been covering that every day. Honest to God, I look every day to see if there's any news. There is no new news. That doesn't necessarily mean that nothing's happening, obviously. It means that this probably means that there's a lot happening behind the scenes. But, you know, when is that guy going to be identified? That's what I just cannot believe. Yeah, maybe we should all have a chip pulling us. I don't know. You know, you've got to be, I don't know. Because if we all had a little, you know, I just feel like it's women who haven't got the freedom, isn't it? We haven't got the freedom to go, you know, a man could go out at 12 o'clock and walk the dog if he wanted to, 12 o'clock midnight. For a woman, they have to think twice about it. And Nick is mentioning Rachel Nickel. That's a case that I'd like to cover on here, even though obviously it's a solved case and it's an old case. But it's important for many reasons. One, it was a woman walking around with her toddler in a busy area. I mean, it was on Hampstead Heath. You know, she was murdered and the wrong man was prosecuted initially for it. But it's a, you know, but no, they have got the person now. David, we're all going now. I'm finishing off now anyway. But night, David. I hope you feel better soon. So I'm going to go and have my curry. I'll be back tomorrow night. I've got some news tomorrow night on the Nicola Bulley case. Nothing mega, so. Hi, Jenna. Yes, we need to talk about the Nicola Bulley case again, but not tonight, but we will be doing tomorrow. So just all take care. So if you've got dogs and you like walking them in secluded areas, you know, just be aware, just be careful, always be aware. Yes, Ali, I saw that about that lady. I think they found something in the water, haven't they? I think they've found something in the water. Hannah, hello. So, and also anyone who's watching at home, there's a lot of you watching at home. So there's been quite a lot of people in this chat, and I know not everybody likes to join in the chat. Oh, DMV, I didn't see you sneak in. So hello to all of you at home who were watching. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone that joined in the chat. I think it was Hampstead Heath, I think, Nick, that. I think so, but I will do that. I might do that as one of the snapshot cases. Caroline, I don't know if I saw it or said hello to you, because some of you might have sneaked in while I was doing stuff. So remember to live and love wisely, carefully. I'll be back in the morning with another advent calendar, and I'll be back tomorrow night with a special live. So take care. Remember to look after you, because you are the most important thing. If you don't look after yourself, you can't look after other people. I hope your preparations for Christmas are going okay. And until I see you again, may your God go with you. Thank you so, so much. Thank you.